All right.
Yay!
Looks like we're live.
Yeah. Hi.
Um, Hello. So, do we want to do introductions first?
What you said?
Oh, do you want to do introductions first?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do it.
Okay. So I'm Hillary. This is my channel. I've been a follower of the BookTube community for years and years. I think 2014 was when I started watching BookTube videos, but I've had this channel since the end of 2019. And I like fantasy, thrillers, mysteries, like pretty much, I'll read pretty much anything. But yep.
Yeah, I love reading thriller mysteries, but I think not many people are interested as fantasy, and I thought you are really interested, so we could just go
Mm-hmm.
out and do a book club, and so we can like talk about thriller
Mm-hmm.
and mystery books.
Yep.
And yeah, it's our first live show, and we are discussing the guest list by Foley. So, can you tell about the book a little bit?
Okay. So in this book, a bunch of people go to an island for a destination wedding, and there's a lot of drama. I should have written down this so I could have been more prepared.
No problem.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of drama that unfolds, and it turns out like that.
Yeah, there's a
There's
murder.
Yeah, there's a murder, and you just kind of go between like everybody finding out about it and the events leading up to it. So it just um, goes back and forth, and there are also multiple perspectives. So you really just have to piece together what's going on as it's going on, and also
Yeah.
before it goes on. So
Yeah. So, um, can you? How did you felt while reading the book?
um, I had mixed feelings about the book. I liked that a lot of the chapters were much shorter. Um, just because it made it feel like it was going faster, but it also felt slow. Like it was kind of slow paced, but also fast paced. And I don't know how to kind of explain my feelings about that. But I think the fact that there were shorter chapters, but
Mm,
yeah, like there were shorter chapters, so it felt fast, but also like at the beginning, there wasn't a lot going on. And then it just rapidly picked up.
yeah, I agree. It felt more like a contemporary because there were just stories about characters and what they were feeling. Everyone was pretty much miserable, and they had
Yeah.
something going on in their past, and
Mm-hmm.
no one was interested in the wedding. They were more
Mm-hmm.
so their past, and it was wondering, okay, like it was a very hyped book, but I couldn't see anything much going around, and I was wondering what I'm reading because there was no events of murder or anything or any like no one you like I couldn't even suspect any character because
Mm-hmm.
everyone seemed so like normal and they
Mm-hmm.
were just going on with their lives and with their own perspective and their own stories. There wasn't anything much about the murder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the end was very fast paced and the first was very slow paced, as you said. I
Yes.
agree with you. The end felt was just story of other people, like the story of every single character.
Mm-hmm.
And the last was just a quick end book, and I couldn't even get what was going on, and the book was over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was actually one of the questions that I wrote down for my notes. Like, how did you feel about the overall ending? Because it felt very rushed. Like most of the book was slow, and then like the last couple chapters, like, wait, what just happened? Why did this happen? Like, like this is how you're gonna end this? And
Yeah, what I was wondering, because I was reading from ebook and I was thinking to myself, when I was at the last part, that the book is about to end, but I was thinking, okay, nothing has happened, and I kept
yeah.
reading, and at last it was like a fun conclusion, everything, and I was just sitting down and wondering what just happened. It was
Mm-hmm.
so fast,
Mm-hmm.
like it didn't even felt like a murder mystery book, and it was very different from the books that I've read in the past.
Yeah, like it felt more like just a contemporary drama with a murder thrown in. So, like, I wish we had had more time
Yeah.
with knowing which character died and like just to like I don't know. I wish we had known that that was the character that was going to die much earlier
Yeah.
on, just so you can kind of try to figure out who did it.
Yeah, there
Because
was
like,
one that I remember. The waitress, she screamed,
mm-hmm.
and from that time on, there was nothing going on, and at the
Mm,
end, there was conclusion about the murder.
yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so what's going on? And then just like nothing. Did you have any specific characters that you liked? Because I feel like a lot of the characters were like,
You said?
did you have any specific characters that you liked or were rooting for? Because a lot of them were not likable, but there were definitely a couple characters that I definitely empathized with. So,
Did you said any
oh, sorry, it's cutting out.
network issues?
Okay, of course. Um,
Gets paused.
let's see.
Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes. All right. So, did you have any
All
specific
right.
characters that you really liked? I most of the characters were pretty unlikable, but there were a couple that I found myself empathizing with. So, I wanted to know like what you thought about some of the characters.
To be honest, I didn't had any attachment with any character in this book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't find that interesting. Like someone to be very like crazy about. I think every character issues, and I wasn't interested in anyone in
Mm-hmm.
particular.
I would say like at most, I liked I didn't really like Hannah or Olivia, but I feel like I understood their perspectives a lot, and I was like, oh, that's rough, buddy. So
Yeah, Hannah was good. I
mm,
think considering everyone, she was good.
yeah, I didn't like Jules at all. Like,
Yeah, she
she's
was really
bratty.
irritating.
Yeah.
Yeah, obsessed with herself,
Mm,
her own. She couldn't understand anyone.
yeah.
I think the
So
problem with the characters in this book were they were obsessed with themselves and
yes,
most people didn't
yes.
care about
Mm-hmm.
very self-obsessed.
Mm-hmm. And then I feel like with like Jono in particular, like he was pretty self-obsessed, but he was also obsessed with Will. So it kind of made the ending make sense why everyone would suspect him because he was very angry with him during the reception. So like I think the book wanted you to believe that Jono would do something horrible to Will. And then when it turned out to be somebody else, it was just like supposed to be surprising. But I'm not even sure I cared. I was
Yeah.
like honestly, that just a lot of the stuff in the book seemed like a big stretch. Um, so yeah, okay. So one of the questions I wrote down was like, what do you think about all of these characters and connections to Will? Because he's obviously a bad person, but like not really sure he deserved his fate.
Yeah, but the thing that I was like upset, I wasn't even guilty of what he had done. Like his
Mm-hmm.
friend was really guilty about what he had, but Will wasn't guilty about anything.
Right. He didn't care.
He even spoiled True Love. He didn't care about anything.
Mm-hmm. Were there any other characters that made you feel a little uneasy throughout the book? Like, were you like, oh, this person's probably up to something?
Can you say it again?
Oh, were there any characters that made you feel a little uneasy while you were reading the book? Like, oh, this person's definitely up to something sketchy.
I was suspecting Will's friend because they were very like I thought they were sketchy, and they were
Mm-hmm.
doing some weird things, and they were drinking, and they heard that I was suspecting all of them.
Yeah,
Like
like,
they weird, but at the end, what happened? I never expected that person
mm-mm.
was the murderer. Like it was so like out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like, I honestly, I wish that there had been more hints about it. Like, maybe I'm just bad at predicting stuff like this, but I feel like when we were in
Yeah.
that person's perspective, it was just all about the wedding and making it the perfect day, and like, oh, like these are the guys who think boys will be boys, but like at no point did it seem like this person had anything against Will or Jules or anybody else. Like they were just being professional, and I guess that's the whole point of having an unreliable narrator. But also, I feel like the author could have sprinkled in some more hints about it.
Yeah, yeah. And another thing I was thinking that whatever Will did to wasn't someone, he was in papers for the exam, and the guy
Mm-hmm.
knew, and he told that he would. So this is not a very good reason to kill someone. Do that.
No. I was like, yeah, Will's a bad person, but like, I'm not sure that any of the bad things he did or the fact that he doesn't care about the bad things he's done, I don't think any of that justifies his murder. And I don't know. Maybe it's just like too much of my like inserting myself into that, but I
I
feel like
think
that was a bit
I went to
extreme.
book. Yeah, I had a lot of expectations when I went to this, but as I read the book, it felt really stupid to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the reason why we was murdered was okay. I think it was valid because it had a, but I think it was silly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how you felt when you found out what Will did?
I wasn't like I wish I could say I was surprised about like any of the stuff that Will did, but I really wasn't. I feel like some of the things that came out about him during the book were a little too convenient. It's like, how can one person cause so much damage? And I feel like it was all for the sake of the plot. Like the stuff that happened to Hannah's sister, and it's like, how does that all work out? Like, how does one person affect so many people who seem to be in like such random circles? But I don't know.
wait for a second?
Oh, wait, what? I think
Can
it's
you wait?
lagging.
Can you wait
Yes.
for a second?
Yes.
It's my internet connection.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my Wi-Fi is having a lot of issues.
Oh, that's not fun.
I had to get. Okay. I guess now it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Where did we leave off? Yeah, the last thing I remember talking about was all of the connections to Will and how like convenient they were.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the number of perspectives that the author chose to follow? Because I feel like the book would have been better if she had cut a couple of the perspectives and maybe focused a little more on a couple different people.
You mean removing some characters?
Yeah, like maybe like have them as characters, but maybe just don't follow their perspective. So like they can just be more side characters, basically.
Yeah, I think it was way too detailed. It could be a little bit short. Everyone was thinking, and there were way too many characters in this book.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of like who, like, I think maybe even potentially removing Jules's perspective might have helped the book a bit because like her only real conflict is that she gets the letter from a stranger and she kind of wrestles with the content of it. But I don't feel like it added that much to the book other than, oh, she has doubts about this wedding.
Yeah, it was a little worse.
Do you have anything else you'd like to discuss about the book?
What you said?
Oh, do you have anything else you'd like to discuss about the book? Like any other things that caught your attention?
But there wasn't much that we can discuss about because not a lot of things happened.
Mm-hmm.
We were what other people's perspective. Okay, so how many stars did you rate the book?
I'd probably give it like 2.5. I don't actually remember what I rated it, to be completely honest. Like I would have to check my Goodreads because like it doesn't stand out. Like
Okay,
the most significant thing about it is that
I would
it's
rate it 2 stars.
yeah.
It wasn't that.
Let's see. Okay, I guess I rated it 3 stars, but it was a round up from 2.5.
What do you think about Olivia?
About the end.
What Will did to Olivia?
Oh yeah, that was horrifying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't believe for a second that
Yeah.
he thought she was the age she said she was. Like, no. He's a predator.
I think we are having.
Okay, I sent you a message.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. All right.
It's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, it's like it works for like 5 seconds and then cuts out.
This is getting so.
Yeah. Technology. It's great until it doesn't work. Okay, so it seems that there are technical difficulties. I am probably going to end the stream, but I think that the bottom line here is that The Guest List is a mediocre book. If you want a good mystery, just read Agatha Christie, I guess. I've only read 2 Agatha Christie books, so perhaps I should not be making this suggestion. But it felt very Agatha Christie-esque, but not well done. So, thank you for watching. Bye.